Hey there, welcome to the video, and I am going to be doing one last run through Etna. I've done it maybe a couple times over the 7 years, and they are rebuilding and demolishing a lot of the old homes out here. It's a cold March day. It's March 15th actually, and it's a little bit chilly, as you can hear in the background. You got the trains, got the highway right behind me. In case you're wondering, that's 8094. And I am on the east side of Etna, and I'm going to start off a drive. I'm just going to ride up and down and take a last look for a while. I might be back maybe, I don't know, 3-4 months, but if you watch the channel, you can see that I have been doing some driving around and documenting them demolishing and rebuilding Etna. Now, there's a lot of people out there who have asked me to do certain videos, and I have got a lot of requests for this one. So, all you out there who wanted to see Etna one last time, I'm going to do the east side and the west side of Etna. I'm the Steel City Storm. This is March 2024. Let's go. I'm starting off with the old Nipsco field. Right next to me, you'll see in the video, that's Lake Street that goes over the bridge, and behind me is 8094. When I was a kid, my aunt and uncle, who I was named after, Paul and Bernice McCamey, and my cousins Tina, Elsa, and Paul McCamey, all lived here. I have a lot of memories. I grew up in this area. So anyway, without further ado, I had to show the Oasis shirt, my favorite band. Let's do Etna. One last round. East side and west side. Let's go. All right. Here we go. East side and west side of Etna. If you enjoy the videos, please be sure to subscribe. It shows that YouTube that, you care about what I do, and you want to see more content. And the more subscribers, it shows them that, you're actually getting into it. So for all the memories out there, of all the people out here, I love Gary, Indiana, and it's good to see it doing some positive changes. Drive time. There's where I just started off the video at, over in that lot. It used to be the Nipsco field. We used to play baseball there. This is Lake Street, and let's start off over here. The roads are terrible out here. There might be a few that I have to skip because I'm not tearing up my van for that. But you get to hear all the little rattles and clanks because these roads are rough. If you hear that little squeak, it's my side door. Not in the van, because it rattles a little bit when it's going over rough terrain like this. So, anyway, here we go. 10th Avenue. This will be the last one, like I said, for a while. That used to be the old train tracks. They still got one little piece of it there. I think I'm going to finish up the video on that spot right there. I'm not sure yet, but I just kind of wing it as we go. It's the way I like to do things. 10th Avenue. Yeah, a lot of memories down here. I'm just gonna start naming off names of these houses that Bud Farley, Homer Farley, Bruce Clark, Terry Rogers. I had a lot of friends lived up and down the street here, including my grandmother, who lived over here on 10th Avenue. I'll show you the lot. If you've been watching the channel, I'm sure you've seen me pointing out before, but the house is gone. But we had a lot of fun there, and growing up, it was really cool being out here in Etna. I can remember just walking up down these streets at night, and it was safe. You might get in a fist fight, or somebody beg you out of your cigarettes, or something like that, but other than that, you didn't really have to worry about a whole lot. Things change, these kids don't get out and play anymore. The playgrounds and the baseball fields and stuff like that, it's not really a big thing like it used to be when we were kids. let's face it, you know, even fishing. Right there is where my grandmother used to live, Molly King. And I had a lot of my relatives lived out here. My Uncle Benny and Aunt Paulette, whose children were Benny King, call him Bubba, or Nancy King. Remember them? Uncle Dave and Aunt Janice, Brian Custon, and Dave Jr. King, rest in peace. He was killed over here at over a $5 pool game in the Etna Lounge. It was terrible. And my Aunt Linda, who had my other cousin Dave, there's like 5 or 6 Davids in the family, and quite a few Pauls in the family. So, you know, we all got nicknames: Paul Edward and, you know, PK, that's me, Paulie, Uncle Paul, Taco. Yeah, just a few. But anyway, I don't want to rattle on too much. I just kind of want to show what's going on and do one last document, because I have so many other things that I wouldn't like to do. So that was 10th Avenue. I'm going to just turn back down 10th and go up and down the zigzag across. The streets we just passed up was, it was Dearborn, I'm not sure. It's just like a little cul-de-sac, so I'm not going to really burn up a lot of time on the little cul-de-sacs. However, you know, I just thought that in 10th Avenue and 13th Avenue, they were a lot of memories here, and that's why I chose to just kind of drive up and down those ones. So anyway, I'll talk here and there, but let's look around. You see the cars going by, that's 8094 right there. Now 13th Avenue has been holding it down. Look at all these new construction going on with them, remodeling going on. So I'm just going to take down 13th and I'm going to zigzag up and down the streets. If you see your old house or you see your old friend's house and you want to comment on the video, it's always helpful to hear people's comments. And that's a lot to do with the videos that I do, you know. If nobody's commenting on it, to me it means that nobody really cares about what I'm doing, so I'll go on and do something else. That's Fayette Street. It's an overcast day, and these are the best days for filming because the sun doesn't glare on the film, and you know, you can kind of see more detail. Man, these streets are terrible though. I sure hope they get around to fixing those one day. But the double-edged sword of that, that's Green Street. The double-edged sword of that is once they start fixing the streets up, I've seen this happen over and over. People start ripping and roaring down the streets, and you know, that's another problem. There's no one solution, I don't think, to any of it. Now, at the beginning of the video, when I was talking about what I'm going to do in this video, I was parked right here, and that's where I started off the video. We started off right there. All right, in that gravel lot. Look at this. Yeah, the other video I mentioned, man, you hit some of these potholes, you'll end up in another area code, and that's not no joke. I mean, here, look at this. You will tear your vehicle up hitting these. Trust me, I've probably put 15 new tires on my different van, or my other van that I had, just going up and down trying to document all these places, and it was rough. I mean, look at that. If you're not watching, you hit one of these, bend your rim, mess up your suspension, mess up your alignment. Not to mention, you know, beat your tires all to hell. A whole lot going on in this street. Here, it is a bad spot. Look at this. And there's no way of getting around them. You go one way, it's like choosing the better of the worst. Like you avoid one big pothole to hit a smaller pothole. It's looking nice down 10th Avenue. For a while there, they were all abandoned. Well, a lot of them were abandoned. It looks like they've been fixing them. I've actually come down here and seen people working on these houses. So, that's a good thing. All right, here's Hamilton Street. I will be splitting this into 2 different videos, I think. Depends on how long it goes. I mean, normally, a lot of people do not stay enticed long enough, like in exploring videos and things like that, to really, you know, I guess you kind of skip to see what you want to see. And but this one right here, I think that a lot of people who are from the area are going to enjoy it. You know what, I'm not going to split it. I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it, because I'm going to do both sides. And it's just like sitting in the passenger seat right there, put the seatbelt on, and enjoying the ride. Like I said, maybe 3-4 months from now, maybe the end of the summer or something like that, I'll come back out here. As you can see, people out here walking their kids and kids playing out here. It's nice to see kids outside. The other day I was out here and a bunch of kids were out playing on the corner, and I went by and one of them cussed at me. I was like, geez. That house right there, that second one, I've said it quite a few times, but that's where my Aunt Bernice and Uncle Paul lived at. And David Netterman and Donnie Netterman, they all live next door to us, like right there. There's a little idea. Look what they did with that empty lot. Put a little basketball court and some benches. All right. Green Place. Not Green Street, Green Place. I had a couple of the subscribers and viewers, they suggested, why don't they tear them down and make parking lots for the neighbors? Buy the lot and have your parking spot. It looks like quite a few people got on that idea. Look at this. That's all new. Look at that. Huh? That's a good way to do it. Put your garage up there. Oh man, I'm getting ready to go fishing. Now here's one that they got a new frame going up. If you watch the old videos, they were just working on this. Yeah, this is going to be my last ride through here for a while. I've done quite a few, and it's kind of hard to document everything at once. That's why I did Etna School separate. Etna Street, where all the stores and everything was, on the west side. And what else did I do here? Oh, the Etna Little League and the Etna Senior League, which are both just completely gone. All right, now we're going up Green Street. Man, it's a good thing seeing all this. Look at that. Remodeling the houses. You know, I have an opinion about that. I've been asked a few times, and I do have an opinion. Look at that. They're doing that nice. Sorry about swaying the camera. I'm trying to keep it slow. And I truly believe that some people, when you give out free housing and stuff like that to certain people, not all, and it's not even a majority. There's a few people that don't deserve it. because they tear up everything. That these people are trying to do a good thing, and they just go in there and tear it up because you don't have to pay nothing for it. My mom was telling me when we had this discussion that back in the day, they would come in once a month and they would go through the closets, make sure, like, if you were getting housing because there was nobody in there making money and they were giving you money, they wanted to make sure you didn't have a man over there or extra family members. They would go through the closets, and if you were found that you had people that was there that's not supposed to be there, they would throw you out. And I just believe, because I know, I'm not going to get into it, but I know quite a few people who are getting assistance, and they got 3 bums living with them. You know, a cousin or an uncle or a baby daddy who ain't paying support. And that's, I believe, Fayette Street. I believe that is where a lot of problems, because they don't have to pay nothing. And if it gets run down, or, you know, the plumbing or the roof or whatnot, they don't care. They just go get another one. Come on, let's all be real here. I'm just going to keep it straight. I'm going to shoot it straight. And we all know that if you have to pay for something and you have to maintain it and keep up with it, you're most likely not going to tear it up because you're the one who has to pay for it. But if somebody else is flipping a bill and you really just don't care, you don't want to stay there anyway, but it's a place to stay, you're going to just let people tear it up. I believe that's what happened with a lot of this housing out here. You know, a lot of the houses out here are not, you know, they're old, you know, 40s and 50s and even before then, and they're made out of wood. So, you know, they're going to decay and crumble and, you know, rot out and all that. And you got to fix them. You got to keep up with them at Floyd Street. And if you don't, you know, that's your loss. But when the community has to pay for it, that's not your loss. It's our loss. Trying to help out somebody by giving them affordable housing and all that stuff like that. It's not a bad idea, but some people don't deserve that. Man, that house used to be so nice. I remember once again, my grandma lived right there. So I remember a lot of these. And yeah, you know, I just think that if you don't have to pay for something, it's like these kids with these cars. I watch these kids go out there with these nice cars that I can never afford. And they get them and they fall behind. So what do? They tear them up because they're going to get repoed anyway. They don't care. You know, but there's repercussions for that, because down the line, I think in 10 years, when you're ready to settle down and stop doing stupid stuff, that you're going to have a problem, like, say, your car insurance and all that. You know, you have to pay for car insurance now. And you're a high risk because you had so many repos and you had all these hot rod cars that you couldn't afford, you shouldn't have bought. Well, you didn't buy them, you just leased them. And I think that's the same kind of attitude that goes along with the houses. You know, if you're not the one that's got to put the money into it and struggling and doing little changes here and there, it doesn't mean anything to you. And I believe that's what happened to a lot of these houses. So, you know what? I am going to go ahead and split this into 2 different videos. That's DeKalb Street. We went down 13th right there. And I just really believe that, you know, sometimes you get what you give. And life isn't fair. You know, sometimes you get a bad shake and you got to keep it moving. You got to shake it off and keep it moving. But if you can just tear up a car, tear up a house, and you don't have to pay for it, why not? Got some roofing going on. I had a gentleman, sorry, I can't remember the name right now, of the internet name he gave me, but he was telling me about them out here doing a lot of these houses, and how they have to tear some of these huge, humongous trees down. Yeah, that's one thing I remember about Gary too, growing up in out here and growing up in Glen Park on 35th in Connecticut. Those big, humongous, monstrous trees. They're always so nice, though. It really was. We had a lot of bats out in the area, though, at night. And they would swoop down and try to, I don't know, hit us in the head or whatever, but that grew my paranoia of bats. And a lot of people can relate to what I'm getting ready to say. When those street lights came on, it was time to go home. Last time I came out here, it was a sad situation with the lady right there. The sounds of spring. All right, well, there is the east side of Etna. And now I'm going to the west side. One last drive around. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you next video. Be sure to watch for that west side of Etna dropping soon.